Tonight, 11 men facing time in prison for trying to have sex with young children, according to police. A 4-day child sex sting led undercover officers to these men you see here.
All of these perverts and sickos need to be locked up.
Among the suspects, a U.S. Army captain, a former police officer, and a man who worked for a local veterans nonprofit. This is Action News Jax at 6. I'm Tanika Hughes.
I'm John Bachman. Action News Jax Megan Moriarty is live. And Megan, these men, if convicted, could spend decades behind bars.
John and Tanika, nearly a dozen men were arrested and charged with soliciting sex from a child over the computer, except the person on the other end of that computer wasn't a child, it was law enforcement. Most of these people who were arrested were from right here in Jacksonville. These are the 11 men arrested and charged with asking 13 and 14-year-olds for sex online. Some even face greater charges related to drugs, child porn, and running from police.
We came into contact with real monsters, real scary, creepy people.
Our Action News Jax law and safety expert Dale Carson, who has years of experience in the FBI and as a police officer, says these charges could come with a hefty sentence.
And it has a penalty in federal law of up to 20 years in custody.
Among those arrested include 34-year-old Carlos James from Jacksonville. He worked with Canines for Warriors and was a graduate of their Pause for Change program.
Here, stay. Yes. What?
A program that lets inmates train future service dogs. He thought he was communicating with a 13-year-old's mother online about having sex with her child.
When he was told her daughter was only 13 years old, he said he was okay with that. This guy's sick.
Canines for Warriors sent us this statement saying in part he was, quote, terminated on September 1st for failing to come to work, and that the organization finds the crime disgusting and completely at odds with our values.
Now, this in no way should reflect negatively on their organization. They just had a bad apple.
Some of these arrests may shock you. This is Tavares Andrews. He was a captain at West Point. This is his photo from there. Then there's also Jeffrey Burrell. He was a former law enforcement officer in Quincy, Massachusetts. Most recently, he worked for Port Authority in Lee County.
It's a criminal behavior. It needs to be eliminated. And even though the victims are not real in the sense that they're virtual, the belief, as I said before, the belief is that finding individuals who have this proclivity, this desire to match up with underage children, this will help eliminate their ability to do this.
And we have all of those mugshots and the description of those charges over on our website at actionnewsjax.com. Now, if you know anyone who has fallen victim to something like this, or if your child has received any kind of concerning messages online, please reach out to your local law enforcement agency. For local coverage, you can count on Live Downtown. Megan Moriarty, Action News Jax.